Nan's got vocal problems this morning. Good morning. My name's Katie. This is my mom, Liz. We are Heart to Heart Yoga. How is everybody? I hope you had a good week. Mom and I went to a yoga festival this weekend. That's where we got these mala beads. We might talk a little bit about them. Okay, so it's June. Our stuff for the month is we're doing a foundational flow, which means we're teaching you guys a few poses and put them together in a little baby flow. And these are poses that you will see in other classes if you were to go beyond here. Also, our breath exercise for the month isn't really an exercise. It's more about lining up our breath with our movement. And we went over that, but we'll continue to for the rest of the month. Our philosophy or intention kind of for the month is energy flows where attention goes. And we'll talk more about that, obviously, for today and for the rest of the month. We are recording on YouTube, so you can access the classes whenever you want. If you go to YouTube, go into the search bar, put Renowned Health, Heart to Heart Yoga, boom, there will be. Mom's going to talk a little bit more about yoga.
Okay, in yoga, if you experience any pain at all or become dizzy or lightheaded, stop what you're doing. All yoga is optional, so if something doesn't feel right and you don't want to do it, stop. But obviously, if you experience pain, dizziness, or lightheadedness, like I said, stop. Sit back comfortably in your chair, and if you're practicing on the mat, you can sit back into the pose that Kate is demonstrating. It's called Child's Pose, and your knees can be together or your knees can be apart, or you could just roll over on your side, or you can just lay on your back. And then when you're ready, you can resume your practice. And props today, you can use a block in triangle if you're practicing on the mat, if you would like. Also in sun salutations, if forward folding, your hands don't meet the mat, you could use blocks, okay? And what else? Let's see, I think that's it.
Maybe
Oh, if we're practicing in the chair, yeah. If you're practicing in the chair, we'd like you to use a chair that obviously doesn't have any wheels on it. We don't want you sliding around in your room. And no armrest is preferred. Also, see if you can practice on a non-skid surface. You can put a mat underneath your chair, as I have done. However, if you choose to do that, be mindful that the mat's there if you choose to stand. Also, you can practice with your shoes on or your shoes off, whatever most comfortable for you.
So we designed this class as like a beginning yoga class that can meet a beginner no matter where they are. That's why we offer a chair and the mat. We also try to give you guys an overview of what yoga is. Yoga is the integration of the body, the mind, and the inner self. We do poses for the body. We share philosophy or set intentions for the mind. And we ask that you pay attention to how you feel during and after the practice, bringing awareness to your inner self. At the beginning of the year, we decided that we would start going over our philosophy at the beginning of class so we could set that mode for the class. And so we're going to talk about energy flows where attention goes. And as I said, we went to a yoga festival this weekend. And one of the teachers up there, who I'm actually, my sister, but she did energy flows where attention goes. And she asked us to pay attention to a part of our body. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is just sit up straight. We're going to close our eyes a little bit. We're going to turn our palms up. And we're going to just breathe. And as we breathe, just take all of your attention to your fingertips. The tips of your fingers. Do you feel nothing? Do you feel like throbbing, tingling? What's there? Buzzing? All of our attention goes to our fingertips. The interesting thing about this is if we change our location of our attention and say bring it to the space between our eyebrows, let's try to do that. Let's bring all of our attention to in between our eyebrows. Our fingertips are barely even there. So let's go ahead and softly open our eyes. It's just a little example of where we place our attention is really important. And when we change locations of our energy, the other one almost disappears. That's just some interesting information.
Yeah.
We usually begin with a comfortable seat.
Okay, a comfortable seat in yoga means that you sit with your pelvis pushed forward, which automatically elongates your spine. For years, we've been sitting like this. So we want to sit with the pelvis pushed forward, and that elongates your spine. Some of us need a little help with that, though. So if you're practicing on the mat, you could place a mat or a towel. I'm not a mat or a towel. Towel or a blanket. I guess you could roll over the back of your mat there if you needed to. But anyway, place one of those, the towel or the blanket, underneath your sit bones and sit to the front edge so that the knees are below the hips if you can. That's what we're looking for. And now our legs. Our legs, you could sit crisscross applesauce as Kate is, or you could put the legs out a little bit farther, still crossed at the ankles. You could put the legs straight in front of you, or you could put the bottoms of your feet together for butterfly, whatever is comfortable for you. And if you need to change positions, do that, okay? And we also do something called stacking the joints, whether we're seated, standing, or kneeling. So we want to make sure that the shoulders are over the hips, ear is in line with the shoulder, and chin is parallel to the ground. Now, if the hips become a little achy because we've been sitting in a comfortable seat for a while, you can rock back and forth, or maybe even do some circles, whatever takes that little achy feeling away. What else? Let's see. Oh, well, we're going to choose to have a soft gaze looking down or close your eyes. If closing your eyes makes you dizzy or gives you vertigo, then just have that soft gaze looking down. And Kate started to ground us when she was talking about energy flows, where attention goes. And yeah, okay. Well, if we're sitting in the chair, I guess I better do you guys, huh? You need to sit to the front edge of your chair, okay? Now you can place a block or a pillow behind your back. So if you start to slouch, you're going to bump into that block or that pillow, and it's going to remind you to sit up nice and tall. Also, our legs come straight out from the hip joint, knees not too close together or too far apart if you can. Feet are flat on the floor. And also, we stack the joints when we're seated. We want the knee over the ankle, if you can, the shoulder over the hip, ear in line with shoulder, and then the chin parallel to the ground. And you can also choose to have that soft gaze looking down or close your eyes. And like I said, Kate started to ground us by having us bring our attention to our fingertips. So let's do that again. Let's turn the palms up and bring that attention to your fingertips. Just concentrate on the fingertips. Like Kate said, maybe you'll feel a buzzing, a moving of energy. The fingers might start to feel heavy. The back of the hands might start to feel heavy, and allow them to feel heavy. You're seated in the chair. Notice what it feels like for your feet to push into the mat or your shoes. And then also notice mat students and chair students, your sit bones. Bring your attention there to your sit bones. And notice the attention went away from your fingertips. You don't even notice they're there because you're thinking about your sit bones. You moved your attention. So the energy goes to where your attention is. Now see if you can allow those sitting bones and hips to feel heavy. Coming into the moment, right here, right now. Move up that nice, tall, long spine. Reach out through the crown of your head. Rooting into the mat or the chair, but reaching up through the crown of the head. See if you can relax the facial muscles. Relax your eyes. Let the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth if you can. And just feel heavy where you are. Bring your attention back to those fingertips. We're not thinking about our sit bones anymore. Notice how the buzzing, the energy you might notice in your fingertips, but maybe you don't notice any. There is no right or wrong or good or bad in yoga, just what is. Some days you might feel something, some days you won't. Some days you can do a pose, some days you can't. The part of the yoga is learning to accept that and be okay with it, find peace with it. And you can gently open your eyes, turn the palms down if you like. And we're going to move on to our breath, our breathing together. We're trying to link our breath to our movement. So if your breath is really a long, deep inhale, We're going to be lifting our arms. So your arm would go way up like Katie. She's younger, so her breath is going to be long and full. And then when you exhale, just lower your arm. But let the movement be as long as your breath. So if you have a short inhale, you're going to be only going to here. And then exhale, lowering. So we're all going to breathe together. It doesn't matter if yours is very deep or yours is a short inhale. Just we're going to do 3 on the right side, 3 on the left side, and then 3 with both arms. So you don't have to be right with me. Do what works for you. Okay. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Switch arms. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale one last time. And exhale. Both arms together. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And just let your body go back to its natural way of breathing now. Maybe close the eyes if you like and just notice what you're feeling. If you feel a little different, a little lighter maybe. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Just take notice of anything you're feeling anywhere in your body. Bring your attention to that spot. And notice that. And if your eyes are closed, we'll open them again. I think we're going to do fingers this week. So we're just going to bring our right arm out. Palm goes up. We're going to be gently pulling back on each finger one at a time, starting with pinky. So take your left hand and start to pull back on pinky and let go. Move over to ring finger and let go. We're going to move over to tall man. Ooh, and release. Mine were cracking. And then move over to pointer and release. Move over to your thumb and release. And then we'll go back, our thumb one more time and release. Pointer, gently pull back, release. Move over to tall man, release. And ring finger and release. And pinky and release. Now turn your hand so that your fingers are pointing down. Take your left hand and gently pull back on your palm. That feels comfortable. You might feel the stretch all the way up your arm. Maybe you don't. Maybe you do. And we're going to let go of our left hand, and then we're just going to do some figure eights. Or you can do circles. Make sure to go in both directions if you choose circles. And you can place your hand back on your thigh. We'll move over to our left hand. So bring your left arm out. Palm faces forward. We're going to start pulling back each finger, starting with pinky. So gently pull back and release. Move over to ring finger and release. Move over to tall man, gently pull back and release. Move over to pointer, gently pull back and release. Move over to your thumb, gently pull back and release. Start your thumb again, back, release. Move over to pointer And release. Over to tall man. And release. Move over to ring finger. And release. Move over to pinky. And release. Bring the right hand down, turn your left hand so your fingers are pointing down toward the floor if you can. Then take the right hand and gently pull back on your left palm, noticing the stretch. Maybe it goes all the way up your arm, maybe it doesn't. And notice the difference in one wrist and the other, one arm and the other. Bring your attention there. Oh, you can release your right hand. We're going to do figure eights or circles if that's more comfortable for you. Make sure you go in both directions if you choose circles. And you can bring your hand back to your thighs and just take a moment to notice what you're feeling in your wrists, in your hands, and your fingers. Do you feel that energy like you did when we were doing bringing our attention to our fingertips? Do you feel the energy? Okay.
We're going to start stretching out our neck and shoulders. We'll begin with our neck circles. And we can start in any direction, any size. Here again, we try to line up our breath with whatever exercise we're doing. So when our chin is up during the neck circles, we take an inhale. And when our chin comes down, we exhale. Go as slow as you need to try to line that up. And then we're going to do one more. Come around to center. Pause and go in the other direction. Same thing. When our chin is down, we're exhaling. When our chin is up, inhaling. And exhaling. And inhaling. And exhaling. One more together. All the popping and cracking is normal. And come back to center. We're going to do a little bit more stretching out of our neck. So we're going to all take an inhale together. When we exhale, let our right ear find our right shoulder. And then we're going to take our right hand and just bring it up and place it on your head. No pulling, just rest it there. And then with our left hand, we're going to line up our breath again. So we're going to inhale and bring our arm up to shoulder height. Exhale. Let our arm drop to the floor, hand drop to the floor. Inhale, shoulder height. And exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Now we're going to take an inhale here. Exhale and release. Relax. We're going to do that on the other side. So we'll all take an inhale together. Let our left ear find our left shoulder. Bring that left hand up. Place it on your head. No pulling. Just set it there. Now our right arm is going to be our line up for breath. So we're going to inhale. Bring our right arm up to shoulder height. Exhale. Hand comes back to the mat. Inhale. To shoulder height. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Now we'll inhale together. Exhale and release. Okay, we're going to drop down to our shoulders. And we'll start with our shoulder rolls. And shoulder rolls going forward. So everyone inhale those shoulders to your ears. And exhale, roll those shoulders forward and down. Inhale, those shoulders come to the ears. And exhale, roll them forward. Last one, inhale, shoulders to the ears. Exhale, roll. Now we're going to do our shoulder rolls backwards. So inhale, our shoulders come to our ears, and exhale, those shoulders back and down. Inhale, shoulders come to the ears. Exhale, round and down. Last one, inhale, shoulders to the ears, and exhale, roll them back and down. Kind of feels like they're melting. Okay, and we're going to do some more shoulder work to warm up our shoulders. So we're going to bring our hands out in front of us, palms up. Bring our palms to our shoulders. Then we're going to bring our elbows back down to our waist. When we inhale, our elbows are going to come to shoulder height in front of us. And exhale, elbows come to the waist. Inhale and exhale. One more, inhale and exhale. Now, when we inhale, our elbows are going to go back. So inhale, pull those shoulders back. Elbows back. Exhale, elbows come back to the waist. Inhale and exhale. One more, inhale, those elbows back. Exhale. Okay, now we're going to do the chicken wing thing. So we're going to inhale, bring both arms up to shoulder height out. And exhale, bring our elbows back to our waist. Inhale to shoulder height. And exhale. Inhale to shoulder height. The last one. Exhale, our elbows come down to our waist. Now we're going to do the same thing on the inhale. Bring our elbows up to shoulder height. But on the exhale, we're going to bring our elbows together. Inhale, open up. Exhale, touch your elbows. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Now, we can just relax and bring our elbows back down to our waist. We're going to do circles with our arms in this position. And we'll start by our circles are going to go forward. So when our elbows are back is when we inhale. And when our elbows are coming forward, we exhale. And inhale. And exhale. One last one. Inhale. And exhale. We'll pause here. Now this time, when our elbows go forward, we're going to inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, we're going to do a couple twists. So inhale, our elbows to shoulder height. And when we exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. And exhale and release. Just drop your arms. Roll it out. That was a long time of having our arms up. We're going to drop to our hips.
Okay, get ready for our hip circles or torso rolls. And any size circle will do. Your hips or your low back are going to let you know what size circle works for you. Okay, so we're going to start by leaning to the right, inhaling as we lean forward. Lean to the left, exhale as we lean back. Lean to the right, inhale as you lean forward. Lean left, exhale as you lean back. Do 3 more on your own. Maybe you can line up your breath with your movement. Inhaling when the body's forward. And exhaling when the body is leaning back. We'll all meet in center. And just take a moment to notice what you're feeling in your left hip. one side of the body as opposed to the other? Do you feel movement there? Do you feel energy moving? Now we're going to move in the opposite direction. So we're going to lean to the left. Inhale as we lean forward. Lean to the right and exhale as we lean back. Lean left. Inhale as we lean forward. Lean to the right and exhale as we lean back. Do 3 more on your own in this direction. Noticing what you feel. Inhaling when the body is forward. Exhaling when the body leans back. We'll all meet in center. Take a moment, maybe close the eyes. Notice what you're feeling in your hips. And we'll open our eyes. I need mat students to roll over into tabletop. That means you're on your hands and knees for anyone new joining us. And we'll align our mat students by making sure that their hands are shoulder distance apart. Fingers are spread wide. Shoulders are over the wrists because we stack our joints even in tabletop. Okay, shoulders are over the wrists. Now, if you happen to have, sensitive wrists, you can always use fists for wrists, or you can even place the arms out a little bit farther in front of you, your hands. If not, the wrists are directly under your shoulders and your hips are over your knees. And when you look between your legs, your feet are directly behind your knees. Your feet aren't too close together or splayed out. Now, if you're practicing in the chair, we're going to be doing a little more action in the hips, but you have options. You can just slide your leg open along the floor, or you can use a helper hand, lifting it up and moving it out. Or maybe even 2 hands. Or you can lift it all up by yourself and move your leg out. You have options, okay? Now, if you're in practicing on the mat, Kate's going to show you, it's going to be lifting your leg out on our first part, okay? Yeah. So we're just going to be opening and closing one side and the other. Then we're going to bicycle forward and back. We're going to start with the right leg, and we're going to inhale, it opens, and exhale, it closes. Inhale, we lift it or we open, and exhale, it closes. Inhale, we lift or open, and exhale, we close. We're going to switch legs. So inhale, we open or lift. Exhale, we close. Inhale, open or lift. Exhale, we close. Inhale, open or lift. Exhale, we close. Now we're going to bicycle forward. So starting with the right leg, we're just going to bicycle forward, and you can help out if you need to. And let's go backwards. Back to center. We're going to go on to the left leg now. So we're going to move forward, bicycle forward. And come back to center. Let's go backwards. And if you can't do as many as we are, that's perfectly fine. Do what feels comfortable for you. Yeah. And we'll come back to center. And now if mat students, if the wrists are feeling a little wonky, you can roll them out now if you like, because we are moving on to cow and cat. So I will be cueing for the mat students, but chair students, you're going to bring your elbows next to your waist. And as I say inhale, you're going to pull those elbows back. I'll say rotate the shoulders open. You pull your shoulders back, and you can look just forward or up. If you choose to look up, be mindful of those vertebrae in the back of your neck. If that doesn't feel comfortable, look forward. Okay, here we go. We're going to inhale, lift that tailbone, drop the low belly, rotate those shoulders open. We look forward or up. Exhale, Drop the tailbone around the spine, around the shoulders. Push into the mat or your knees with your hands, and your chin comes to your chest. Inhale, lift that tailbone, drop the low belly, rotate the shoulders open. We look forward or up. Exhale, drop the tailbone, round the spine, round the shoulders, push into the mat or your knees with your hands, chin comes to chest. Inhale, lift that tailbone, drop the low belly, rotate the shoulders back and open, look forward or up. Exhale, drop the tailbone, round the spine, round the shoulders, push into the mat or your knees, your hands, chin to chest. We'll do just one more. Inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the low belly, rotate those shoulders open. We look forward or up. Exhale, drop the tailbone, round the shoulders, round the spine, and push into the mat or your hands with your knees. Chin comes to chest. Stay right here. Mat students, push firmly into your mat with those hands so that shoulder blades don't sink. And maybe everyone is feeling a nice stretch between the shoulder blades. It's a maybe. Now everyone is going to bring their head in line with their neck and their spine. Mat students are going to sit back into a nice child's pose, big toes touching, knees apart or together. And you can just sit back comfortably in the chair. Also another opportunity to roll out those wrists if you need to. Yeah, and we're going to revisit our energy flows where attention goes. So what I have to say about that is, I think in our lives, the most attention we should be paying to is to ourselves. And so I think we need to bring our attention inside of us to ourselves. And our energy will go there. And what you give out, you receive. I just think bringing your attention to yourself is where a good place to place your energy. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna push up out of child's pose. We're all headed for down dog. So if you are on the mat, you're on tabletop, and we're gonna spread our fingers and curl our toes, lift our hips. If you're in the chair, you're just gonna create a V shape seated. We're all in a down dog in our little V shape. We're all gonna walk our dog. If you walk your dog in the chair, you're gonna point and flex your feet. If you're on the mat, you're gonna straighten your right leg, bend your left knee, and vice versa, just back and forth slowly. And then we're gonna, if you're on the mat, you're gonna start to walk your feet to your hands. If you're in the chair, you're just gonna make your way to a forward fold. Mat students could use blocks here if you'd like. Yes, we could. And then everyone together, we're just gonna slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time to standing. If you're dizzy or lightheaded, pump your hands as you come up to mountain pose. This here again is where we stack our joints again. Put our feet hip distance apart and make sure our knees are over our ankles, hips are over our knees, shoulders are over our hips, and our ears are over our shoulders. And every week we do sun salutations, and we show you an option for something you may hear out in the yoga world called Chaturanga. We show you knees, chest, chin, so that if you ever go to a class that might be a little bit more advanced, you have a modification. So, but we're gonna go really, really slow, and we're going to put a side stretch in our sun sal. So all of us are gonna take an inhale, and our arms are gonna come up over our head. And when we exhale, we're gonna lean to the right. If you're in the chair, you can hang on to the chair with the opposite arm. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, lean to the left.
Inhale, we all come back to center. And when we exhale, we fold forward. Hands come to the mat for blocks. On our inhale, we're going to do a half lift, flat back. Our hands can be on our shins or our thighs. We exhale, our hands come back to the mat. If you're on the mat, you're going to plant your hands, step back with your right foot. Your left foot's going to come back to meet it. You're in a plank position. You're going to drop to your knees, keeping your elbows in. We're going to knees, chest, chin. Now, all of us together, whether you're in the chair or on the mat, are going to do a baby cobra. It's a little back bend. Inhale, pull your chest up off the mat. Exhale, come back to the mat. Now we're all headed for down dog. If you're on the mat, you can go through tabletop to get there. If you're in the chair, you just meet us here. Now we're going to step up with the same leg that we stepped back with if you're on the mat. So your right leg comes up, left foot comes up to meet it. We're in forward fold, everyone is. Then we inhale to our half lift, flat back. Exhale, our hands come to the mat. And we're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time, thumping our hands. If we're lightheaded or dizzy, and we come up to mountain pose. And we're going to do that all again, just one more time. So we'll inhale together, our arms come up overhead, palms touch. When we exhale, we're going to lean to the left first this time. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale, back to center. This time when we exhale, we're going to fold forward. Hands come to the mat. Inhale to that half lift, flat back. Exhale, hands come back to the mat. If we're on the mat, you're going to plant your hands, step back with your left foot. Right foot comes back to meet it. We're in plank. Knees, chest, chin. Everyone does a baby back bend together. Inhale. And exhale. Everyone's headed for down dog. If you're on the mat, you can go through tabletop into down dog. Now here again, we're going to step up with the same foot we stepped back with. So our left foot comes up, right foot comes up to meet it. We're in a forward fold. Everyone inhale to the half lift. Exhale, hands can come back to the mat. This time, everyone take a big inhale, arms come up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Those are our sun cells. Are you gonna open the, did you sway? Oh,
If you want.
okay. So everyone, if you are in the chair or on the mat, put your feet about 3 feet apart and have them angled out toward the corners of your mat. We're just going to bend one side. Yeah. So we'll inhale to come back to center. Exhale, go up. Inhale, back to center. Exhale. We're trying to line up our breath. So we're just doing some of these to get ready for our little flow. Come back to center. All right.
Okie dokie. Well, we need to keep our wide stance. So, chair students, keep your feet out to the outer edges of your mat. Mat students, open your stance. And your feet are parallel to the short sides of your mat. And the only thing that's going to move is,
What are our 3 poses?
I was going to say that, but
sorry.
our little flow is called a foundational flow. And like Kate said, there'll be the 3 of the most common poses you might find if you go to any other yoga classes. And that is warrior 2, triangle, and side angle. So we just put a little mini flow together for you guys. So here we go with our warrior 2. And the only thing that's going to move is your right foot. So you just want to rotate it to the short edge of your mat. Now your hip bones, We want them facing toward the long side of the mat if you can. We're going to bend into that right knee, but check to make sure it's not falling in. You can have an injury there. We don't want that. But we moved. Did we go out of alignment? Keep the shoulders over the hips. There we go. Okay. We're going to bring our arms out in front of us. We're going to inhale our arms open to shoulder height. And then we're going to turn, and as we exhale, we're going to turn and look out down our right arm. Oops, wrong side. All the way down your right middle finger. And relax your shoulders. This is warrior two. Now, mat students are going to straighten their front leg. We're all going to take another inhale and shoot that left hip to the back of the room and reach with your right arm. Reach, reach, reach when you've gone as far as you can go. Take that inhale. And as you exhale, the right arm's going to go down and the left arm's going to go up. You have options here. You can look down, you can look forward, or you can look up. Long lines of energy. Notice what you're feeling. Bring your attention to anywhere where you feel energy. Now, we're going to inhale, come up to center. And as you exhale, mat students are going to bend back into that right knee. We're going to take an inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to place that right arm on our right thigh. Inhale, that left arm straight up. Exhale, we reach. This is side angle. So we did warrior two, triangle, and this is our side angle. We're going to inhale, come up. Exhale, lower the arms, straighten into the leg. Turn your feet parallel. Heel toe them in to the center of your mat or your chair. Close your eyes and notice what you're feeling in the left side of your body, one side of the body or the other. Notice what you're feeling. Can you feel the energy there moving around? Bring your attention there for just a moment. Now we're going to widen our stance and we're going to do it on the other side, our left side. Okay, this time the only thing that's going to move is your left foot's going to rotate to the short side of your mat. Hip bones to the long side of your mat. We're going to bend into the left knee this time, making sure it's not falling in. Okay, and we moved. So did Kate come out of alignment? Nope, shoulders are still over her hips. We're all going to bring our arms straight out in front of us. We're going to inhale, open those arms to shoulder height. As you exhale, turn and look out over your left shoulder, down your left arm, left middle finger. Relax the shoulders. Warrior two. Take a moment. And mat students, straighten into your left leg and shoot that right hip to the back of the room and reach with your left arm. When you've gone as far as you can go, everyone's going to take an inhale. And as we exhale, the left arm goes down, the right arm goes up. Triangle pose. You have options. You can look down, forward, or up. Notice what you're feeling. And we're going to inhale, come up to center. And mat students bend back into that left knee. We're going to take an inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to bring that left arm, forearm on our left thigh. Inhale that right arm up. And exhale, you reach for side angle on the left side. Notice what you're feeling. We're going to inhale, come up to center. Exhale, let the arms fall, straighten the leg. Turn your feet parallel. Heel toe them into the center of your mat. Close your eyes or have a soft gaze and take a moment to notice what you're feeling. Do you feel the energy moving around in your body? Bring your attention there. And just notice. And we're going to open our eyes. If they're closed, we're going to stand for our balance. If that's comfortable for you, you can hold on to the chair. You can finger touch. or maybe just have it there for comfort. We're going to be putting all our weight into our left foot. We're going to find one spot to concentrate on as we do our balance. For seniors, it's better to look down than forward. So we're just going to inhale that right leg out to the side. Exhale, it crosses in front. Inhale, it goes out to the side. Exhale, it crosses in back at a diagonal. Inhale, out to the side. Exhale, down. You can even line up your breath to this movement if you'd like. So now we're going to do this movement with a pointed toe. So put all the weight into the left foot. Find your spot to concentrate on. And we're going to inhale the right leg out with a pointed toe. Exhale, it crosses in front. Inhale, it goes out to the side. Exhale, it crosses in back at a diagonal. Inhale out to the side. Exhale down. Soften that knee if you need to. Okay, one last time on this side, but our foot will be flexed. So put all the weight into your left foot. Find your one spot to concentrate on. And we're going to inhale that right leg out with a flexed foot. Exhale, it crosses in front. Inhale, it goes out to the side. Exhale, it crosses in back at a diagonal. Inhale out to the side. Exhale down. Soften your knee. Now we want to make sure that the chair is on the right side of our body because we're switching sides. And this time, all the weight goes into the right foot. Find your one spot to concentrate on. And we're going to inhale the left leg out. Exhale, it crosses in front. Inhale, it goes out to the side. Exhale, it crosses the back at a diagonal. Inhale out to the side. Exhale, bring it back and soften your knee if you need to. Okay, we're going to do that again with a pointed toe. So put all the weight into the right foot. Find your spot to concentrate on. And we're going to inhale the left leg out with a pointed foot. Exhale, it crosses in front. Inhale out to the side. Exhale, it crosses in back at a diagonal. Inhale out to the side. Exhale down, soften the knee. One more time with our flexed foot. So put all the weight into your right foot. Find your spot to concentrate on. And we're going to inhale the left leg out with a flexed foot. Exhale, it crosses in front. Inhale out to the side. Exhale, it crosses in back at a diagonal. Inhale out to the side. Exhale down. Soften those knees if you need to. And mat students, find your mountain pose. Inhale, your arms go out and up. And as you exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward, lead with your heart. Bend your knees as much as you need to so that you can come back down into a comfortable child's pose. Big toes touching. Knees can be together or apart. And we sit back in our chair.
We're going to revisit our fingertips. So flip your hands up in your child's pose. And just bring your attention back to those fingertips. Do you feel anything? Just the fingertips. Mine kind of buzz a little bit. Sometimes throb. Sometimes I feel nothing. Okay. We're going to push up out of our child's pose. If you're on the mat, you're going to lean to one side and bring your legs out in front of you. If you're in the chair, you're going to stay seated. I'm just kidding. Okay.
No dancing?
Yeah, no hopping out of the chair. Okay, so we're going to work on some core stuff. But if you're on the mat, just slowly bring yourself down to the mat using our abs. Okay, so this little core exercise involves us both, all of us putting our hands on our thighs. If you are in the chair, you can put your feet up on a block if you want, or not. And your guys' movement is going to be essentially standing on your tippy toes. Now, I didn't think that on the mat we would need to put our hands on our tippy toes, but it actually helps.
Hands on our tippy toe.
I mean, our
Gotcha.
feet go into the tippy toe position also. So we're gonna all do this together. We're gonna inhale, fill our belly, and when we exhale, if you're on the mat, you're gonna lift your shoulders up off the mat and tippy toe your feet. Then we'll come back, inhale, and exhale, lift those shoulders up off the mat, reaching for our knees. That's the goal. And inhale. And exhale. Lift those shoulders up off the mat. Reach for those knees. You guys can reach for your knees too. And engage your abs when you do that. Let's do 2 more. And exhale. Pull those abs in. And come back. And inhale. And exhale. And relax. Okay, if you're on the mat, we're going to do just 3 more with our feet up in an L shape. But if you're in the chair, you're just going to stay in the same position you're in. So everyone take a deep breath in. And when we exhale, reach up over those knees and lift those shoulder blades up off the mat. Pull that tummy in and relax. Inhale. And exhale. Reach. And relax. Inhale. So our last one. Exhale. Reach over those knees. Pull in your abs. Lift your shoulder blades. And relax. Bring your feet down to the mat. Okay, if you're on the mat, I'm going to ask you to roll over to your right side in like a fetal position. And then you're going to use the strength of your arms to push up back to seated. Because the twist we're going to do at the end today is going to be seated. So we are all going to take a deep breath in. Our arms are going to come up overhead. When we exhale, let our left arm find our right knee and our right arm find right behind us, like a kickstand. We're all facing forward, except for Nana, just kidding. And we'll all inhale together and exhale, look to the right. Now, if you'd like a little bit more, take another deep breath in. And we're going to exhale, look over your right shoulder. We'll breathe here, twist it. One more. Bring your head back in line with your spine. Take an inhale. Exhale, release and come back to center. We're going to do that same thing on the other side. So we're going to inhale, our arms come up overhead. Our right arm's going to find our left knee, and our left arm's going to be a kickstand behind our back. We're facing forward. Inhale together. And exhale, just look to the left. We'd like a little bit more. We're going to take another deep breath in. And exhale, look out over your right shoulder. We'll breathe here. One more. Bring your head back in line with your spine. Take an inhale together. And exhale and release. Come back to center. Probably want to move around, maybe do some of those torso rolls. We're actually going to prepare for the last pose of class. And if you're on the mat, We're gonna do that same thing using our abs to come back to the mat. Let's everybody do a long stretch really nicely before we do this. All right. And Mom's gonna get us ready for our last pose.
So you can have choices here. If you're a mat student, your legs can be long down the mat, feet flop out to the sides. Or you could bring your feet out to the outer edges of the mat, let your knees knock together. This takes out the pressure in the low back. Now, if you choose to have your legs long and you'd like to cushion your knees, you can place that blanket or towel underneath your knees. Now your arms are long down the sides of your body, but not touching your body. Palms up for receiving or palms down for grounding. You might want to keep the palms up so that you can notice anything that you might be feeling in your fingertips, if you bring your attention there, right? Anyway, the shoulders are going to feel heavy. The head feels heavy. You're going to let your body breathe as it naturally likes to breathe. No more doing, no more trying, no more control of the breath, no more linking our breath to our movement. We're just going to be. It's your opportunity to do 100% nothing. Welcome to Shavasana. Keeping the eyes closed, bring a deeper breath back into your body. Keeping the eyes closed, bring a little movement into your fingers and your toes. Maybe move your wrists and your ankles if you like. And come back to center. Yogi's choice to bring your hands together in front of your heart. And energy flows where attention goes. And I'd just like to say that peace resides in all of us. It's disturbed by outside influences. So my invitation, or our invitation for you, this happens to you, you're disturbed, your peace is disturbed, is to bring your attention back inside yourself, where peace resides. And to help with that, if you need it, come back to that tool that we all have with us, our breath. And use your breath to guide you back to peace. And that is our wish and our invitation for you this week until we meet again, is that bring your attention inside yourself and use your breath to guide you to peace. Until we meet again, from our hearts to yours, namaste.
Namaste. Yay.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.